Hello and welcome. I am Scriberlock, and this is ARK Survival Ascended. We are on the very early morning hours of our third day on the ARK, and I have been busy. As you can see, there is this wooden cubicle here. This is very ugly, but I don't have the right engrams to make it better. It's only wood. But this juvenile orphan was attacked a couple times by ichthyornises. I managed to save her from it. But what I wanted to do was basically create an enclosure for her that the ichthyornises cannot get into. This is going to be very dark, but there's a ceiling up here. It's all enclosed in wooden walls. The ichthyornises shouldn't be able to get to her. I'm trying to tame her. She won't get the maximum buff because the second thing she decided to ask for was exceptional kibble. Exceptional kibble can only be made in a cook pot. And if we look at the ingredients that are necessary for an exceptional kibble, let me take this out of here. Consumables, crafted foods, kibble. Exceptional kibble wants exceptional dinosaur egg. Don't have it. Focal chili. Don't have it. A rare flower. Don't have it. Mejoberry and water. We have mejoberry fiber and water. We have, but we don't have any of that other stuff. So there isn't any way that we can make the kibble. This is the focal chili. I don't have citronelle. That is only found in certain places up in the forest, and I don't have that yet. So we've got a cook pot ready to go for when we want to make stuff like that, but we certainly can't do it now. I don't know whether parasaurs always ask for exceptional kibble or whether it's random like the Moschops was, and you just have to get lucky. The only other baby I've ever tried to do this with when I was testing it was a Dilophosaurus, and she first asked for food, then twice asked to just follow me around, and then the fourth time asked for food, and then she was tamed. So I don't know if it depends on the species of dinosaur or what. I have gotten rid of the sling. I don't feel like it's necessary anymore now that we have the bow and arrows, and one of the things I finally decided to do, I built this larger storage container. And I've got to organize the storage, but I'll do that another time. And I put the valuable stuff, backup weapons and the backup armor and everything, but also my bolas, the parasaur saddle that we will put on her eventually, and the hides that I've been collecting at for great effort. I put them all in the storage because I don't want the ichthyornises stealing from me. They stole all those narcoberries from me last episode, and they're a pain in the neck. One way to get around it is if I just leave stuff on the Moschops. The ichthyornises I don't think can steal from him. So for example, we got all this fiber. He doesn't need the fiber. We will take this fiber. Tons of fiber. Guys, whenever we need fiber, we're all set. And we'll go in here and we will just pop that into this larger storage container. So these guys can hold 45 stacks. Let's keep one stack with us in case we need it. But let's see. No, we don't need that many. Here we go. They can hold 45 stacks. These things can only hold 15. So basically I can unload all of this into here, but I'm not going to yet. So here we are, and the question is, like, what is our goal going to be today? I don't really feel like harvesting a whole bunch more wood right now, but I would like to get some more narcotics going. So I think what I want to do is, let's see, what does he have on him? Come here, you. And that's not what I wanted, but okay. He has no meat at all. So we're going to need some meat that I want to set to spoil, and we're going to need some narcoberries. So let's start with the meat. We'll kill this parasaur over here and get a bunch of meat from it. I will need I don't think the Moschops can catch him. It's too slow. So I'm going to need the bolas that I just got rid of. Let's grab those and put them on 6. So what level are you? 10. You'll be very easy to kill, I would think. And then we go on to our bow and arrow and we just shoot him. So I gained a bunch of levels. I think we're like 18th level now just from building that stupid cube. Alright, so axe, hatchet, whatever. Actually, no, I should be using the pick, because pick gets more meat. And I'm not trying to get... Usually I'm trying to get hides, but this time I'm trying to get meat because I want to set it to spoil. Look at all the meat we're getting. Okay, great deal. And we're going to just split it all. And that will spoil fairly quickly. And while it is spoiling, we can take our Moshops and go looking for Narcoberries. And it is morning time, guys. It is dawn on the Ark. Also, I do want to mention, you may have noticed in the last episode, our character's clothing, you can see it here, had gotten very dirty. That's what it looks like when it's in need of... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. When it's in need of repair. So our Moshops now has over 2,600 health. It has 329 weight and 120%. Was it? No. 225% melee damage, which I think affects how fast it shreds these things. Look at all those berries. So I definitely want to get some narcotic made because we're getting close, right? We're 17th level, so in a few levels, about 4 levels, we'll be able to make narcotics. So I want to get, or we'll be able to make trank arrows. We're going to need narcotics for that, so I want to get some narcotics going. But yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to get our little baby over there trapped in that hut is that even though I had her set on passive, a couple times she went after, like, at one point she went after a Dilophosaur and it almost killed her, so, like, no, we want to get her trapped so she can't do that. She's stuck in there. So how are we doing on his weight? Oh, he's fine. And, let's see. We've got 134 Narcoberries, which is not bad. And I have leveled up. So let's go to 300 weight. I think that's a good place to stop and start doing other stuff. And at 18th level, we have all this Adobe stuff. But yeah, we're not going to be able to make Adobe. But we do have a wooden gateway. This is the Dino Gate, I think. Right? That will allow dinos in and out. So theoretically, we could actually put that now on that wooden thing, and our dinosaur can get in and out of it when we open the door. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I want her trapped in there. And she's not big enough to need that big gate yet. So we're basically just going to mostly fill this Moshops up and bring him back. And let's see what we got here. We got lots of fiber, so let's grab that. Look at all that fiber. And we got a bunch of Narcoberries. So we're going to take the Narcoberries and put them in the mortar and pestle. And we're going to take the hides and all... Whoops, not the meat. The hides and all the fiber. So we have tons and tons of fiber now, which is great for whatever we need, whenever we want to make anything out of thatch. The other thing I did notice, and so I'm going to have to play around with it, but there is this in the structures, and it's true for the thatch as well, there's the wood triangle corner, and I think that might have enabled me to meet the corner here a little bit. I just didn't think to try and craft that, but I think we're actually going to turn this thing into a porch. We're going to eventually turn this thatch hut into a wooden hut. We'll leave the roof thatch, but we'll turn it into a wooden hut. But I just didn't feel like building wood after doing all of that. So we'll see. When is the next time that this little thing is going to need care? It doesn't really say. I don't know if she's just going to stay this way permanently until she gets the kibble that I can't make her. It's sort of obnoxious to take this super low-level dinosaur and say it needs the highest level food available on the entire server. That's kind of annoying. Okay. One of the things I wanted to do, too, as we're waiting for the meat to spoil, is another thing that this can make is spark powder. And spark powder is very useful for doing a whole bunch of different things, like it can run a smithy. And so I feel like it might be worth gathering up a little bit of stone and a little bit of flint and just making some spark powder. That one's not one. That's not one. Some of these rocks are not harvestable. And they did a really good job on making the harvestable rocks look more realistic and part of the terrain, but it also sometimes makes it a little hard to tell which ones can be harvested. Come on. That's got to be. Yeah. The other thing is, I did notice over here, so we have some of these rounded rocks. Some of these might give us some metal. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. We got a couple of metal. We're going to want some because we're going to want to make a smithy and a forge. And the forge can turn the metal into iron ingots or whatever. And then the iron ingots can be used to make things. And one of the things you want to do is replace our stone pick and our stone axe with a metal one. And those last longer, and the metal ones, I think, get more metal out of these rounded rocks. Now, there are metal nodes that are like the stone nodes, but, what's going on? Why can't we replace that one? Do we not have enough wood? Oh, wait, let's see. What are you? Are you worth killing or taming? Level 85 might be worth taming. Oh, and we definitely want this. This is a trilobite. We want to kill it because they have chitin, and chitin is really useful and valuable for making things like cementing paste. Also, one of the things you can do with the metal, these guys are so hard to farm for some reason. Sometimes if you crouch you can get them. Yeah, this is really frustrating. Let's try the spear maybe. Yeah, they just don't want to let you harvest them for some reason. And that is super frustrating, because they're hard to find, and now I can't get it, and in 10 minutes it's going to decompose. And I'm not sure what to do about this. Jumping doesn't seem to work. Right? None of the weapons work on it. You can see? There we go. Alright. So let's try the axe from back here. There we go. Okay, we're getting it finally. So I think what happened is the actual body is over here, and somehow the visual of it is over there. So we got a whole bunch more meat that we can split, but we also got oil, pearls, and a bunch of chitin, and we got some metal. So now why can't I repair this? I don't have wood. Okay. Well, we can grab wood. That is easy enough. And there we go. And we can also repair that. And we can repair the bow. What I would like to do is make a couple more bows as well. Look at all these parasaurs. Wow. There are a lot of them around here. We are 18th level, guys. So the meat still has not spoiled. But we've got some stone and some flint. So let me go ahead and show you how we make spark powder. Spark powder can also be combined with charcoal eventually to make gunpowder when you get a high enough level. So flint and stone, and now we can make 59 spark powder. Let's go. And by then, the meat may have spoiled. We got 3 minutes on that. So I'm going to do a little bit more harvesting, and I will bring you guys back when we're ready to make our narcotics. Alright folks, we are back. I've been gathering a bunch of wood with the intent of making some foundations so I can show you how you can replace the structures without deleting them. But in the meantime, we have our meat spoiled, and we got all of our spark powder. And the other thing, actually, that the spark powder is useful for, and now we're going to make 53 narcotics, so that might level us up. But the other thing that spark powder is really good for is there is an engram called, oh gosh, what is it? I can't remember the name of it, but there's like a chilling cabinet that you can get. There it is, a preserving bin, okay? So that's what we want, and that will hold food right here. Let's track that. So to get the preserving bin, we just need some stone, and then you power it with spark powder, and it acts like a, not a refrigerator, but like a cooler, you know? The spark powder powers it. So can we hit this? No. This should be salvageable, no? Yeah. And we've leveled up, and that's partly from the narcotics. And we have 300 here, we have 10 fortitude. Let us add a little bit more to health. And now we can make a wooden table, although we need metal for that. 12 metal, that's a lot. And we can make a Hyenodon meat rack, and a wooden bench, and a wooden chair. So there's a bunch of stuff we can make. A feeding trough for our dinosaurs. You got to have metal for a lot of these things. And so you got to be careful because we don't necessarily want to use the metal on a lot of stuff. But now we can make a preserving bin. Now, what is she like? How's she doing? She still wants to be hand-fed. She is 46% to maturation. You can see she's getting a lot bigger. We're going to take these walls down when she's done, I think, when she's an adult. But for now, I'm trying to protect her from the darn ichthyornises. So we want to create a preserving bin. And one of the things I did was I probably made too much window space and not enough wall space. One of the things we're going to do here is let's take everything out of this and put it in here. So because this can hold all of it, and we can put the preserving bin on this wall. So let's demolish that. We don't need it anymore. These are really small. Let's take everything out of there and demolish that. Again, you get some of the resources back when you demolish. And we'll keep the berries, but all the seeds and stuff can go in there. We'll take the spark powder. Did I put any fruit in there? I don't want the fruit in there. Okay, the rest of that stuff can stay. We have 17 metal, that's pretty good. And now what we're going to do is craft the preserving bin. Craft one. Wait, hold on. What are we missing here? Oh, we're missing stone. I put the stone away. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. There we go. There we go. And we place the preserving bin right there. Right? And then, well, I have the, hang on, I have the spark powder. There goes the spark powder, that'll power it. And you can also, if you put in cooked meat and oil with the spark powder, you can make jerky, and that will preserve a lot better. And I hear an ichthyornis out there making noise. Is he attacking my Moshops? Where is he? He's right there. You are a jerk. Come on, jerk. I'm terrible at aiming the bow, but it's better. I'm better at it than the I'm better at aiming it than I am at aiming the sling for sure. Alright, so... No, I didn't want... Whoops. No, I did not want to do that. Hit the wrong button. So I want to take most of the fruit out of him. And we can take all the seeds. He does not need any seeds. I will leave him the medjool berries. I want to get inside as fast as possible because the stupid Ichthyornis will try to take this stuff from me. So we will put all of the berries into the fridge, or whatever this is, the preserving bin. That's all the berries. And I can even put half of the meat in there too, so that it'll stay. And then we can put the seeds in here. Eventually we can start growing our own crops. But I don't think we want to grow them here because the Ichthyornises are too griefy. Right? They will grief us. Got you, jerk. What are you doing? Get back over here, dummy. Just an Ichthyornis, don't worry about it. How's she doing in here? See, she's trying to stick her head through here, and I bet an Ichthyornis could attack her through there. It's so hard to protect dinosaurs because they're so stupid, and the game has so many weird things. Like, literally, if I wanted to shoot her in the head, I could shoot her. And she's, like, there's no way to stop it. I can tell her to follow me, and she might come over here, but I don't know. So, you follow is F1. Come here. Okay, she got her head out of there now. Or did she? No, she's stuck. Oh no, she's stuck over there now. You see? And now I'm getting a bunch of lag. So until I can ride her, I don't know that there's any way really to protect her from the Ichthyornises. At this point though, I mean... She's got 11,000 health. Like, see, she's hurt. So my guess is the Ichthyornis attacked her. You know, if she's gonna die, there's really, even with all this protection, if she's gonna die, there's nothing I can do about it. I have her on passive. I've repeatedly whistled her passive, and she still ends up like not being passive. Passive flee, maybe that'll help, and she'll run away if she gets attacked. If she runs inside, it shouldn't be able to hit her. Alright, now I do want to create a ladder, because I want to go up there and get the Ichthyornis. So we will take this ladder and place it against the side of the house, and then climb up. Get the hides. And now I have to repair the house because I damaged it. But that's alright because we're going to replace a lot of this stuff. So let me show you guys how that works. Let us craft some foundations, and we will replace a few of the foundations with wood. So you just place it where it is, and it will replace like that. And that. And that. So now we have wooden floor over here. Right? And you just can do that I'm not going to show you all that on screen, but you can just do that as you go, um, all around, uh, all the walls, all the roofs and ceilings and everything. Let's bump fortitude a little bit. And we are now level 20, guys, which means we can create a refining forge and a smithy. But I think what I'm going to do is wait for the Parasaur to finish her business, and then we will take these walls down and turn this into a workshop area. I don't want to invest too much into this section, largely because of the annoying ichthyornises that are just going to keep coming in here and harassing our guys and making a mess out of things. At some point, I will have enough dinos tamed that I can that they'll just kick its butt when it comes in, but we don't have that now. So I think what we want to do, if we look here, what we want to do is gain one more level before we go out and do a lot of taming, and this will give us the trank arrow, right? And then we can use our bullet to pin stuff, and then we can shoot it with the trank arrow. So we want to make some more bows. Okay, so let's craft 2 bows. I want to keep one extra one on me. That's going to be, one's going to be loaded with trank arrows, one will be loaded with regular arrows, and then I'm going to keep a backup here in case we get killed and have to come back here. Right? So there's one bow. Let's see, we can't put everything in there, but we can... let's drop the club. We're not going to need that. Let's throw the bow in there, and we'll bring the other bow and put it there, and then I'll put the bola there for now. We need to eat a little bit. And go out the back door and drink some water. Looking pretty good. So when we get to 2100 XP, and so I do want to point out, this XP bar is only covering the amount you have until here, so it's not like we got to get 2100 XP and we've gotten 1900. We started at 1900 and it takes 200 XP to level. We're still on half XP, and on the 3rd day we've already hit level 20, so I definitely think the XP gain is too fast in this game under normal circumstances. Now maybe if you're on a public server, it's, I'm sure it's very different. Alright, so we don't need this many Medu berries. Let us split that stack in half. And we can give some of them to our orphan here. Here, you can take those. And we may as well cook up some more meat. There we go. So I guess, since we don't... So one of the things I do want to look at, so let's take a look at the preserving bin. Let's take something that's nearly full. So this is the azelberries, 3 hours. We have 2 days of fuel. 3 hours and 12 minutes to spoil. We put it on us. It is 20 minutes. So you can see that it's like 9 times, right? 3 times would get us to 1 hour, times 3 more. So it's almost like 9 times, 10 times slower if you're in the preserving bin than on my body. So the preserving bin works pretty well. When you get to a higher level and you actually have electricity and a power generator, I think you can make a metal refrigerator, and that would make the 3 hours be like 12 hours or maybe even 24 hours. It makes it much longer. It's obviously the best way to do it, because then stuff really stays preserved. But yeah, we're not there yet. So this thing, I guess that because I didn't give it what it wants, I can never imprint on it again. So what a waste. That's pretty dumb. To have it say, you got to imprint on me with the thing you don't have, that's pretty stupid. What level are you? Should we hunt you? 15th level. Yeah, I think we should hunt you. And just shoot it in the eye. And we got it. Let's get some more hides. These guys have quite a bit of hides usually. Let's see how much. Alright, well now we're going to have to go this way because I don't have enough to repair it. So we're going to get a lot of meat too, but that's alright. For once in a game, I have tons of hides. Oh, and speaking of that, let's do the other thing we should be doing here now. We have the ability to create hide armor. So let's track this one, and this one. And we don't even need to track them. We can craft them. Make. Now we have a suit of hide armor that we are working on. And I do need to get some more stone. Did I make 2 sets of boots? No. One thing we have to be careful is, so it's 70 degrees, so it's not too bad. And I'll show you the difference between the hide and the cloth in terms of resistance. What are we missing? What are we missing? Oh, we're missing wood. I thought we were missing stone. So I'll show you the difference between hide and cloth once we repair this thing. There we go. Okay, so take a look. We have 60 cold and 111 heat resistance. Okay, now let's swap this out for the hides all the way through. We now have 122 cold, but -1 heat resistance, right? So you will overheat more easily wearing hide armor. But you're better against the cold. So if it's hot, you want cloth. If it's cold, you want hide armor. Let's see if we can make another storage bin, another storage container here, another one of these. We need more wood. Okay. And these guys have been coming back pretty regularly, these trees, so pretty good. May as well make 2 of these storage bins. There we go. Just so that we have enough room. And off screen, I will organize them. Right, I'll have like wood, thatch, and fiber in one, and equipment in another, and something else in another, and then this is our berries, right? And what you can do with these is you can place them right next to each other like this. Which is actually kind of cool because it almost makes like a little room for us, but like this is the living area and this is the crafting area, at least for now. But then you can get into each of them this way, right? So let's open this up. We're going to put our cloth in here for now. And we'll open this one up. And we'll put our hides in there. We have 334 hides, which is really good. Looking great, guys. This is looking great. So we've got our hides, armor, and we've got this building holding our parasaur, and I don't know what's going to happen with that team. It's probably effed up now because I couldn't give it the kibble that it wanted. And what I'm going to do now, off screen, I'll work on kind of eventually taking this down and putting most of that over here. We'll probably leave the thatch roof where it is, because I think the thatch roof looks nicer than the wooden roof. It's not as sturdy, but things will mostly attack us on the walls anyway. And I think what we'll do is we'll turn this part into an actual, this part here, into an actual porch, and we'll put the wall here, and then this part will be like an outdoor section, and we'll put our cook fire on here and stuff like that, just to make it a little cozier. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been a lot of fun. And that is the end of our third day on the Ark, or at least of what we're filming of it. And we got our new armor, and we have our dinosaur somewhat protected, and we're ready to use trank arrows probably in the next episode, and we can try to maybe get that carbonomies or get a different parasaur or something like that when we're using the trank arrows. I'm going to make a lot more arrows while I'm off screen, and maybe I'll do the foundations of this hut, and then I'll wait for this dinosaur to age up, and I will replace these walls with those walls. But hopefully you have enjoyed, and until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been ARK Survival Ascended.